You want to go first? Should I go first?
I go first. But do I just start?
Yeah, you just start.
When you tell me to start, yeah?
Yeah. Fill around here. Okay. We are on in 3, 2, 1.
Behind every great fortune, there is a crime.
That's it. The thought police would get him just the same. He would have committed, even if he had never set pen to paper, the essential crime that contained all others in itself. Thought crime, they called it. Thought crime was not a thing that could be concealed forever. You might dodge successfully for a while, even for years, but sooner or later, they were bound to get you. And thus, welcome to How Do I Rob This? I'm just going to have to reduce the volume a bit. I'm so insanely loud in my own ears. Welcome to How Do I Rob This, the podcast where we plan the perfect heist. My name is Sebastian Weisbach, and with me, first time as a regular host, because Oscar Brown is too good for the winter in Berlin, is
Judith Shoemaker.
Thank you very much for being here, Judith, and for filling in for Oscar. So everyone who isn't a regular listener, this is how the show goes. In this podcast, we plan the perfect heist. Now, as always, we have 3 rules. Number 1, we always have to get away with it. Number 2, we don't kill people. And number 3, we only steal from people that deserve to be stolen from. Okay, so those are the ground rules. And each episode, one of us will bring something to steal or someone to steal from. This time, I've brought something.
I'm very excited to hear.
I gave you a bit of sizzle right before. Could you have decoded what
Sizzle?
Yeah, I kind of teased it a bit.
I remember, but I no.
So, okay. We usually start with a pop quiz, so I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is, and it's also the title of the episode, what is simultaneously forever and a girl's best friend?
Diamond.
Oh, yes, it is diamond. And I thought we would steal a very, very special diamond, a pear-shaped one at that. It is called the Millennium Star diamond.
Ooh.
It's worth about 200 million pounds.
200 million?
Yes, 200 million pounds. It is internally and externally flawless. It's just how you rate diamonds. So,
I have no idea.
No, it has no flaws, no in cuts. Just like a clean white
perfect
stone.
Yes,
it's the perfect diamond. Also, it's huge. The Millennium Star. It belongs to the De Beers Corporation. Have you heard of De Beers?
No.
Okay, so diamond dealers, as you might expect, shady as fuck.
Yeah, obviously.
Also still involved in blood diamonds. If you are a buyer of diamonds, you have to pay in cash. Even the stores that sell De Beers, it's fucking ridiculous.
You have to pay in cash.
You have to pay in cash. Even the stores that sell diamonds have to pay in cash. You are only allowed to return 5% of the rough diamonds, which obviously vary in quality. So shady business practices at that. De Beers also known for a very long time for sort of maintaining an artificially high price on diamonds by locking most of the world's rough diamonds in a vault.
So they just buy them all up, put them in a vault, and then sell them off.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Mine them, rather, because they also maintain mines in South Africa, Namibia, and I want to say Botswana.
You kind of knock them out of walls, no? Like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
I want to say this is how this goes, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually just mine deep. Have people employed in terrible working conditions.
Yeah, fuck them. Let's get that.
Okay, so the good news, someone was kind enough to try and steal the Millennium Star diamond before.
Oh.
Which will lead us into our true crime segment in a few minutes. So that being said, the Millennium Star, I'm just going to show you a picture of it. It's the big one.
Yeah, obviously. It's nice.
For our YouTube viewers.
I wouldn't mind having that, like, around my neck.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably as big as my fist.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
That's good. Mhm.
Very, very nice time. I'm sorry, I just got chatted on by a bot. Hello, it's Edward from Asteria. I'd love to talk to you. How can I help you? I want to steal the Millennium Star diamond.
He's literally typing that into the chat now.
Millennium Star.
Let's see. Maybe
diamond.
they can give us some tips.
Police is on the way. Asteria typically replies in under 5 minutes. Beautiful.
Great.
Okay, so that's like the basic preset. I guess we're going to go into research break, and I will delve into the true crime segment
Okay.
in a bit.
And 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so for the very first time, the true crime is related to our, as of yet, fictional crime. There's a book called The Dome Raiders, on the people who tried to steal the Millennium Star and other similar diamonds, which were in the same exhibition. They would have gotten away with a total value of diamonds upwards of £390 million
Wow.
in the year 2000, when the pound was actually still worth something. They were headed by a man named Raymond Betson, who is described by the detective in charge of the investigation as he's a very dangerous man with connections, the most assured criminal the detective had ever met.
Assured? What does he mean by that?
Oh, he was just very confident and knew what he was doing. So, the diamonds were an exhibition at the Millennium Dome. The police got tipped off beforehand. Otherwise, they might not have been able to actually stop the heist, and it was beautifully planned because they wanted to ram their way into the exhibit, steal the diamonds, and then escape on the Thames with a speedboat.
Amazing! That sounds like so much fun. It
Yes.
sounds a bit like the Notre Dame heist.
Yes. Yeah, it literally sounds like something from a thriller or, like your typical Bond movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, beautiful plan all in all. They had to abort the heist twice before. Once, a few months before the actual heist, I think due to low tide. And on the second attempt, which happened a day before the actual heist, which was on November 7th in 2000, I think the speedboat didn't work or the engine didn't start. There's something going on with the speedboat. So they were like, we can't go for a speedy getaway. So we're just going to have to postpone. And all the while, the police had already been waiting for them. And the diamonds on those days had been replaced.
With fake diamonds.
Yeah, it's like some, I don't know, silicon glass replicas. Something like that. So the police is essentially prepared for diamond heists in the style of the Millennium Dome. I'm actually really curious about the book. Kind of feel like that might be the book that gets me back into reading, which I haven't done in how long have smartphones been
There is
around?
a book about that heist.
That book is called Dome Raiders, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, like the people are like just like a colorful band of criminals. Most of them have been charged to like 15 to 18 years in prison.
Wow, that's a lot.
I know, right?
For
Yeah, I know. Like no one got... But then again, it was supposed to be an armed robbery, so people might have been hurt. They're not as elegant as we are.
But do you know where the police stopped them? Like in the dome or on the speedboat? Or?
It wasn't on the speedboat. They didn't let them get away. I think they were already at the scene of the crime. Or a day of the raid. All the officers were briefed at 3 a.m. I'm just reading off of Wikipedia. The day of the raid and the contingency plans in place. Some officers were positioned behind a dummy wall and others were dressed as cleaners and dome employees with their firearms concealed. Before the raid, 4 members of the gang had been identified. The men were armed with smoke bombs, sledgehammers, and nail guns to be used to penetrate the security glass that was protecting the exhibit. Once inside, Cherokee, who was part of the gang, started throwing smoke bombs, and Cochran attempted to break the glass where the diamonds were stored. Cochran knew that the glass could resist the force of a 60-ton ram raid, but his plan was to weaken the glass with 3 shots from a powerful Hilti nail gun, and then another gang member, Robert Adams, would use a sledgehammer to break the weakened glass. The police pounced on the 4 members of the gang as they attempted to smash their way into the display case.
That's so cool.
Right, so brute force, not going to work.
We need to use our brains.
Yes.
Intelligence.
Yeah, so let's do that. Get on research break and be on.
Where did my pen go?
So we are back in 3, 2, 1.5, 3, 2, 1.
And we are back from our research break into De Beers, who are the real criminals.
Wow, yeah, they really, really shocked me. I just got sidetracked by how horrible these people are. Like, what they do to the world. Not even just the people. Deep sea mining, like really deep sea stuff.
Well, I guess that's where all the best diamonds are.
Yeah, I guess so. Now they still do 35% of the world's rough diamond production. They used to do about 95.
Yeah.
They started back in 1888. In 1870, in South Africa, they found like loads of diamond. Before 1870, there wasn't a lot of diamonds around, and then that's how they started off, basically. The Oppenheimer family.
Yes, it was still family owned until a few years back.
Yeah, and then they were bought by Anglo-American.
Yes, which is now their parent company.
Yeah, exactly.
And from what my research has spat out, De Beers now mostly does like jewelry.
Yeah.
So they're just like a brand name if you want to get a fancy diamond ring or a blood diamond ring.
Blood diamond.
Ladies love them some blood diamond rings.
Yeah, and they only have like shops in like Hong Kong, Taiwan, London, Paris, New York. Yeah, like very
London also used to house their headquarters.
They still do now.
Oh, they still do?
I found
I see.
because I also, in 2017, they moved from 17 Charterhouse Street
Yes.
to 20 Carlton House Terrace.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's also one of the addresses that has popped up.
Yeah, which is basically just off Trafalgar Square.
Oh, nice.
Which is basically
very
where
convenient.
I used to work, in an underground cocktail bar. I maybe thought we could...
I see, yeah. Blow up the building and watch it all go down to the abandoned tube tunnels.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone I like that idea, yeah.
Yeah. And now they're going quite downhill, aren't they? Like, the last...
Are they?
Yeah, there were loads of like news reports from like a month ago, 2 weeks ago, that the blood diamond price is down.
Oh, well, from what I have heard, and don't quote me on this, on a show called Adam Ruins Everything, like the diamond price has just been artificially inflated for decades. Like the owners of the De Beers company were quoted at one point of saying like diamonds are intrinsically worthless.
Yeah, they are. That's what it said, but because they hold them.
Yeah.
But they can't do that anymore. Yeah,
they used to actually have them in their vault in London.
Just keep them there.
Yeah. There was a thing. There was an image in The Guardian when they did renovations on the building and De Beers moved out. So they just like a rare insight into the building and like this really, really old-fashioned kind of cinema-style vault that housed like 90% of the world's diamonds.
Yeah, it was worth over £5 billion they had in there. But now they have to change their sales because there's only an elite group that is allowed to like buy from them. And those customers are getting very, very unhappy. And now they have to like, I don't know, reorganize the way they sell. Whatever that means.
I mean, I'm sure they'll sort of slither out in one way or the other. I mean, after all, also they are owned by Anglo-American now, which is like a pure mining company for the most part. Yeah.
And the chairman is Mark Cutifani.
Yes, Cutifani.
Ah, yeah, maybe. And he's also the chair of the International Council on Mining and Metals. So he's the chair of a lot of different things.
Oh yeah, none of them good.
No.
Yeah, I actually did some research on them as well. There's a board of directors, which is like 10 to 12 people, all of them assholes. And Anglo-American holds 85% of De Beers. So the majority of the company.
Yeah.
Michael Ifani also, like, that's something that's popped into my head. He's Australian.
He is.
So I figured maybe if we can get like a disaster relief thing going, convince them to put it on exhibit, because it's kind of hard to tell where the Millennium Star diamond is at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
Which, like, fair enough, I wouldn't disclose its location either. Also, I think the Astani bot hasn't gotten back to me yet. Very rude. So, I thought they messaged me for a second. It's like, exciting. Finally. Research is coming to us. I have some infos on the Millennium Star diamond because I watched a video in Hebrew. It had subtitles, so
that's right. I was wondering.
I kind of got the gist of what was going on. Because the Millennium Star diamond has been all around the world. So it was a 777 carat diamond, which isn't that heavy in like gram. Because right now it's a 203 carat diamond. Which,
why does it change?
Because they cut it down. It was a rough diamond, so it was a huge rough diamond. And then they decided on how they want it cut. So it's just like, it's just a rock, and then you need to make sure how to cut it down. And they built 100 plastic models to find the ideal cut for the diamond. They built a special room in South Africa for that. Oh, no, in Belgium. Or in South Africa? I'm not sure my research.
Belgium, South Africa, same.
Oh, no, it traveled around the world. It was cut in Belgium using laser technology. It was polished in South Africa and finished in New York. And all the while, because they had to make sure that not a speck of dust is anywhere in the process, because that might deteriorate the quality of the diamond, because it is externally flawless.
But why would you then travel around with it?
Oh, no, during the polishing process.
Oh, okay.
But you want to get the best people on that diamond. And back then, the diamond was worth £200 million. The Millennium Dome, where it was first exhibited, was built for £789 million. So only 4 times the value of the diamond itself.
Wow.
And again, had the Dome Raiders stolen the entire collection of diamonds, they would have gotten away with like 350 to 400 million pounds worth of diamonds.
Yeah, it also keeps changing, though. Like in 2005, which was the last time that I could find that it was exhibited at the Natural History Museum in London, that was worth 375 million in 2005.
Okay, I guess.
You know,
prizes go up for the 5th largest diamond in the world. And also on exhibit, it's been showcased in London, in Tokyo, Dubai, and in the Smithsonian Museum. So it did travel around quite a bit. And in 2005, it was exhibited once again in London in the Natural History Museum.
Yeah.
And I want to, because I teased you, I said I have the best quote in the world.
Oh, yes.
And I absolutely do. It was exhibited alongside. Let me open it. The exhibition will also feature celebrity bling, including R&B star Usher's watch, which features his face in coloured diamonds, and a bejeweled dress worn by Samantha Mumba at the premiere of the film Spider-Man 2.
Wow. So it got exhibited with those things.
In illustrious company. I also kind of want to steal the watch featuring Usher's face in coloured diamonds.
I definitely want that. Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, I mean, also good on Usher getting a watch with his own face on the face of the clock.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I have for that at the moment. Oh yes, and also it's not that big.
Yeah. Like did you have a look?
40 grams heavy. Well, it's slightly bigger than a walnut. maybe a plum or a plate or a
So it should be
peach.
easy to just like put in.
Yeah, no, you can just put it in your pocket. Like, that's not an issue at all.
Mm-hmm.
The question is rather, how do we get to it?
When we don't know where it is.
Yeah, so we kind of have...
We need to get it on the go.
Yeah, we kind of have to get De Beers to get it to us. So just as they are willing to showcase it...
Yeah, exactly.
Which, let's just take that as a proviso for a second, because they are willing to showcase it. They have done it in the past, especially if De Beers is in trouble.
I just wanted to say, if they're in trouble, and I'm sure we could like work up some dirty shit about them, and then...
I don't think working up dirty shit about them is an issue for a company that filthy in nature.
There'll be something, won't there?
It's insured for £100 million. So if De Beers is losing money, maybe, just maybe, we can convince them it's in their best interest to pretend to get the diamond stolen, but instead of pretending to have it stolen, we actually steal it.
Interesting. But how would we do that? We need to be like insurance people convincing them to do that.
Yeah.
Dirty insurance people.
That would 100%. So I feel maybe one way, and maybe that's something we can do during the next research break, is find out more about Mark Culifani. Because I feel like, usually Oscar and I fail at seduction techniques. But yeah,
you've got Miss Charming here.
Yeah, you could certainly find a way to get closer to Mark Culifani. And chat up the 61-year-old man a bit.
Ooh. Yeah. He might be beautiful.
Just talk. Nah.
No? No.
No, he's not Jeremy Irons. He's more...
Oh, did you already
Scott
see a picture
Morrison.
of him? Oh.
But bald.
Ooh.
I
know. I've always wanted to try a bald guy, so...
You only have to talk to him.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I
Got
mean,
carried away there.
Yeah, sure. Do what you must for the diamonds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like that would be a way in. And then, again, as he is Australian...
I think we should definitely bring that up.
Yeah.
Because also they would want people to see them as doing something good because there's so much bad stuff about them. So I think it's really good of us to kind of bring up the idea of, I don't know, exhibiting the diamond, and then any entry goes to the wildfires.
So we would then have to be simultaneously in insurance and marketing, two of the shadiest businesses in the world.
I think that's perfect.
Second only to diamond mining.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds fair. Shall we get on a research break? Break it down a bit, and then be back with more information on our sexy bald man, Mark Culifani.
Ooh.
Also, I need to fix my headphones. That's it. Balding.
Oh my god! Sorry, was that loud?
It's fine, I'm still on camera.
Oh.
Okay. You ready?
Oh yes.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
And we are back. I can't really hear myself saying that anymore. But we are back from our research break, in fact. So, what have you got on Mark Culifani? Was it Cutifani?
Cutifani.
It is Cutifani.
Oh, Cutie Fanny.
Ah, Cutie Fanny. Oh, that's a great nickname
Cutie
for him.
Fanny. So this guy, 61 years old, took over Anglo-American in 2013. Colleagues say about him that he does not have a trace of arrogance. He's not one of those egotistical CEOs. He's got his feet on the ground, always gives his team their head and their credit.
So they're all suck-ups.
Basically. He is married twice.
Look at you. That does not matter.
And 7 kids.
Does he know what's causing it?
I don't know. I mean, we just watched this video of him for the pro test for HIV. So I do think he knows how it works, maybe.
Yeah.
No, maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, pro-test, pro gap test also implies he does not wrap it before he taps it.
Okay.
So, I mean, which is how you get 7 kids.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Each one named after a diamond in the Millennium Collection.
That would be great.
That would be horrible, actually.
So yeah, and then I've got this really lovely little fact sheet about him. So his current pay is $9 million a year. Value of assets under his control is about 16 billion. Number of people under his leadership 63,000. Management style: open, transparent, and people focused.
Okay.
Personal best achievement: 7 children.
Like, if...
Yeah.
Dude, no. That's... You just fucked 7 times.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not... Wow.
Then listen to this fact. Listen to this fact.
Yeah.
Person he would most like to meet is Nelson Mandela.
Does he know he's dead?
I don't know. That's why. Philosophy of life is no regrets.
Well, he has 7 children, so...
So this is so fucked up. Biggest ever disappointment: living with fatalities in mining. Hope for the future: 0 fatalities in mining.
That's just giving the same answer again. That does not fly.
I know. And then, and this is how we can connect, I think. His favorite TV program is Faulty Towers. And I love Faulty Towers. I grew up on Faulty Towers.
I'm sorry, I have to get in better podcasting position. Okay, I see. So you just...
You know, because I don't want to like connect with him on like this kind of business level. I want to go straight in with
you
some
don't want to talk
personal.
about your 7 children while he talks about his.
Exactly. I mean, look at me.
Okay, I see. So you just meet him at an airport bar for an after-hours martini. Cutie Fanny's flight just got delayed.
Exactly. Cutie Fanny, I love it.
Okay, I also have some interesting information on the beers.
Yeah. Right.
So in 1948, they came up with the concept of an engagement ring.
No, you're kidding me.
No, I'm not. That wasn't a thing.
It's like Coca-Cola making Santa Claus.
Pretty much.
Red? Wow.
Yeah, it was them. Before that, there was no such thing as an engagement ring. You just got engaged. Bottom line. And then they created that because diamond sales were going flat. And they wanted to increase the value of diamonds.
Wow.
So they also came up with the slogan, "A diamond is forever," which is also where the Shirley Bassey song has its title from. One of their recent ad campaigns reads, "How can you make 2 months' salary last forever?" And then it features a diamond ring.
And how much does that diamond cost, though?
Well, you go for 2 months' salary on an engagement ring.
2 months salary.
Yeah. Which, like, also that's also something they created. Like, there's no unwritten cultural rule for that. It's a written rule of, well, their ad branch, really. So yeah, that's among the other things they create. And then I looked into something interesting as well because, again, if we can get a Cutie Fanny.
Which we can.
Yeah, well, it's something we went back and forth on because also I showed you the image of disaster relief dildos, which are a thing.
Which are a thing. I saw them. They're big and yellow and green at the bottom.
And there's also like a koala imprint on them and
on the dildo.
Yeah, on the dildo. So masturbate for a good cause next time you masturbate. So I think it's fairly reasonable to assume that we can talk to Cutie Fanny and convince him.
Easy.
Put the Millennium Star on display for Australia. And I actually found the perfect location for it.
Ooh, I was hoping you did.
The Melbourne Museum will feature an exhibition from the London Natural History Museum, where previously the Millennium Star has been on display.
In 2005,
Yeah. Starting in May, ending in October.
Okay.
That exhibition is called Treasures of the Natural World. So again, like
Perfect.
perfectly fitting in there for De Beers to get some free publicity. And the Natural History Museum of Melbourne is only like a 5-minute walk away from the South Bank, or you can just hop on a speedboat.
I would love to hop on a speedboat. That's like all my dreams come true.
Yeah, because I feel if there's any way for us to actually get away with it in style, it has to be by replicating the getaway from the Dome Raiders.
I think that's a perfect idea. It really is.
Okay,
We need to read the book.
speedboat rental, by the way, also only $250 Australian. I
What?
actually looked
Really?
into that. Yeah.
That's
And
nothing.
you can comfortably drive a speedboat, right?
Of course I can.
Okay, good. I mean, you can drive it. It's practically a car on water.
Basically, I've done like, I've been on motorboats before, and I've like on small
Okay.
yachts and stuff
Okay, good. Yeah.
in
then
Stockholm.
that-
So I think I'll
okay,
be
then
okay.
that sounds reasonable. All right.
Cool. So basically, I think the airport getting
Yeah.
Cutie Fanny doing the martini in the evening, and I think it will be easy to get him. I need to go get into his life a bit more.
Yeah. But you can loosen him up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can go for a drink. Just wait around the bar with your seductive aura all around you.
Exactly. But still like professional, so he doesn't get too
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
oh no, I need to go to my wife kind of thing. You know?
Okay, yeah. No regrets, though. Remember, that's his
Oh, yeah.
philosophy, so...
Oh, maybe no. Then I
Yeah.
can just actually put on a nice dress. Whatever,
Okay,
just
so
use
we'll,
it.
we'll put a nice dress on the budget.
Cool. Can I keep it?
You can keep everything that's on the budget.
Okay, cool. Red sequin dress then.
Red, okay, good, fine. We'll look into that after. So we got that.
Yeah.
Talk to him. Do you want to just naturally get into conversation? Then maybe be maybe a little surprised that is, oh, you are the CEO of Anglo American and De Beers and Diamonds? Well, that's interesting.
And then I'll be like, I actually just heard about this diamond, and then I'll start
Yeah.
talking about the Millennium Star.
Yeah.
And then I can also just casually drop like, are you going to exhibit it at this treasure thing in Melbourne?
Oh,
'Cause
so it's like Inception, where you...
I just plant the seed
I see,
slowly
I
but
see.
surely, and maybe I can make him come up with the idea. And then I talk about my poor friends in Australia.
No, better yet, I'll fetch some flyers from the Melbourne Museum and then just casually spread them all over the airport bar.
Yes.
Which is kind of like magicians like Darren Brown. Get the audience to get involved with an idea and sort of plant the seeds for that. So just like
That's very good.
subliminally notice all those things about it.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so we just get him to get it on exhibit. But then, okay, so do we steal it? Like openly steal it? Do we get it while it's on the move? Do we have them replace it with a replica because they think it's about to get stolen? Or do we convince them that, as their company slowly spiraling down the drain, and again, like the Millennium Star is insured for £100 million. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. I think personally, I would like to go in and steal it.
Okay, into the museum. Okay, well, I mean, we can do that. So last time it was in London, they did ramp up the security quite a bit. So that is going. So one thing we certainly cannot do is batter ram our way into the museum, get a nail gun and smoke grenades, and just expect to walk out.
Okay.
Which is why I thought it might be the more elegant solution, and also kind of like along the lines of our double bluff. The patented Oscar Brown double bluff
I know
strategy.
that. To tip them off.
Yeah. Have them replace it. Because again, like that has been done before, and every time they do get tipped off, they are extra careful.
Yeah.
Maybe we can even get John Shatford in on the case. He was the detective leading the investigation back in 2000.
Maybe we can just buy him.
I think we might actually be able to do that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, after all, if he is an upright citizen, he will certainly want to hurt De Beers.
Exactly.
Yeah. He might also no longer be on active duty.
Yeah,
Okay,
he might not have a problem.
How do we get close to Cutie Fanny, though? Like, how do we find the right airport bar? How do we get him on the move? Think there's something we can set up before?
Yeah,
I mean,
we'd have to set something up where he needs to go.
Can
we I don't know. He must have some kind of stupid yacht or house that we could like set on fire, and then he has to,
Yes.
burn something ridiculous. But no, burning in Australia, that's a bad thing actually just now. Yeah, no.
Does he still live in Australia? Did you find that out?
No, I didn't actually.
Okay.
No, it wasn't on his fact sheet, I think. Let me check.
Okay, I mean, conveniently, I think the board of directors is located in South Africa.
The what?
The board of directors for De Beers might be located in South Africa because for a while there, they also have a headquarter there. They have one in New York and then one in London. I mean, technically, sort of, he has to go back and forth between all three.
Exactly. I think we just, You have an idea.
You were talking about underground tunnels under Trafalgar Square.
Yeah.
What if we actually slowly start digging our way into the building in Charlton Square? Well,
Carlton House. 20 Carlton House.
20 Carlton House.
Terrace. St. James, London.
Okay, so we sort of start getting into an incident there.
Yeah.
By just burrowing our way in like moles.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to come to London.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like something like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Which also, by the way, the perfect setup to then go, well, I mean, if it's already in the public that your diamonds might get stolen, insurance fraud doesn't seem that unlikely anymore.
That is true. Mm-hmm. So we dig our way up.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. Then he flies over to
we
London.
can also like prominently fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because that's just a decoy move. We might just use explosives in all the wrong places. Just make sure no one gets hurt, or just sort of randomly drop equipment.
Exactly.
Under their building. Yeah.
And then we have him fly over.
Yes.
And I will meet him.
Yeah, we can easily. What's a fun stunt we could pull at the airport to make sure that the flight gets delayed? I mean, we'll think of something.
Yeah.
Okay, flight gets delayed, so he has to go to the airport. But also, I don't think there's a security detail around him.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think so. I mean, he'd definitely be in the, in these first class
Golden
lounges.
Lounge, yeah.
Yeah, Golden Lounge.
Whatever they're called. They get free oranges.
Free oranges?
Yes.
Why do you know that? And why do they get free oranges?
I think I just heard that somewhere on TV. Vitamin C.
Really?
That's all you need, yeah. Also vitamin C, like another publicity stunt, not as useful as, people would have you believe.
Yeah.
There's nothing against the common cold. The more you know.
So I definitely need like a golden card.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I mean, if you can flirt your way into Mark Cutifani's heart, I'm sure you can talk your way into an airport lounge.
Oh, yes, I can. Obviously, I can.
Yeah.
That's no problem. I'll just look super glamorous in my red sequin dress.
So convenient to have you on board for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because red sequin, not a good fit for Oscar.
But for you?
More of a bluish kind of type.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
Good.
So get you in, talk to Cutie Funny, drop a few flyers there.
Yeah.
Maybe I could even dress up like a pilot. Make sure that I'm conveniently on location.
Yeah.
As I'm going there. Maybe even, drop the word Melbourne a couple of times on the phone. Just, sort of
get it
into his head. Make sure that all the TVs show news footage from the bushfires.
Yes.
Just to really, really Darren Brown style.
We start with the TV showing Faulty Towers.
Yeah,
because that's
beautiful.
how I start a conversation with him. It's my favorite TV series, and I can literally, I can say the lines, like I know them, so I can start doing that.
Which is perfect because the TVs will be on mute.
Yes, and he'll be like, "Oh, what is that woman doing over there, sipping on her martini in the red sequin?
Where have you been all my life? I mean, you weren't born for half of it, but
it's like." There is too much butter on those trays. Okay, señor? 1, 2, 3. I know it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take your word for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you get talking.
And then it changes.
As soon as you are in conversation, we're going to have to go to bushfire footage. Which,
Well, that's just...
Yeah, I mean,
news.
also to make sure he's no longer watching Faulty Towers with your specialist dub underneath. It's going to go to the bushfire footage. We'll have a few Melbourne Museum flyers lying around. I'll be talking about Melbourne a bit on the background just to get into his head while you sort of chat him up a bit.
Yeah, just casual talk.
Yeah. Even, if you want to actually talk about the age difference and talk about how you are millennial... Just to get the word Millennium Star. Oh my God, I'm going full Darren Brown on this.
Yeah,
just to get the
great.
word Millennium Star. I'm a millennial, but I'm an actress.
Yeah.
I'd really love to be a star.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, and just sort of stir him into the direction as we sort of spike his martinis with more alcohol than necessary.
Good. So we've plopped that idea into his head.
Just casually. Okay. And then... I mean, so they know there's a robbery in progress.
In London.
In London.
Yeah, the decoy.
At Carlton House. So how do we get to... How do I get... Because your face obviously has been burnt for this heist. I mean, you can still stick around. But you have to stick around.
I'll be on the speedboat or something.
Yeah, I mean, you have to stick around as that persona.
Oh yeah, I'll casually also yes. So we have the exhibition in Melbourne. I'm in Melbourne. Why ever? We run into each other. It's faith.
Yes.
It's fucking faith.
Okay,
Us being together.
It's absolutely meant.
Our destiny to be together.
Meant to be, because and I thought maybe I could pop up as one of the... Because the guy who came up with a diamond is forever slogan with that ad campaign. Thank you, Miss Bessie. He was just a copywriter. So I could come in as someone with an ad agency, and I've got a brilliant new idea about a shift in publicity for De Beers, moving away from blood diamonds and going towards disaster relief diamonds. Because De Beers... They finally found their place in the world. They want to be CO2 neutral when it comes to mining. Which
they have this thing.
I also find it hard to accept how they are not CO2 neutral because they literally send workers down there.
Yeah, it's more about what happens when the diamonds come out of the mine.
I see.
Then, because this is just a day old, this news, that are changing the poly-4, whatever the fuck that is. It's some chemical which gets used after you get it out. And it emits 93% less CO2 than whatever they're using now. So they are trying. This is like really new.
Yeah.
Yesterday's news.
Oh, well, that's perfect then. So they are thinking about it. So coming in as a hot new ad agency, how do I promote this?
Oh, you're such a good ad agency guy. You will
Oh
do
yeah, I'm
so
just
well.
gonna put my hair back, be all slick. I'm gonna give them this idea. You know what? Just put it on exhibition in any town in Australia, and Cutie Fanny will be like, Melbourne.
Yeah.
Just thought about Melbourne.
Yeah.
He knows you'll be in Melbourne in May, so he's doubly motivated to be there. So that's perfect. They're just going to put it on an exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, we're going to have to go through Chatford, former detective for Scotland
that
Yard,
guy.
I think, or for something called the Flying Group, like a special department of the Metropolitan Police. I'm just going to say former detective now.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll do some research on it in the next bit. I think he should be out of duty. I mean, that was 20 years ago. He was detective in charge of the operation. I'd be
20 years ago. Time fucking flies. God.
I'd be surprised if he were still on the case.
He'll probably also have some people surrounding him that we could use.
Yeah, I mean, we could even get in touch with the Dome Raiders.
But aren't they still... Oh, no, you said 15 to 18 years?
Yeah, most of them.
So they might be out now.
Yeah.
And wouldn't
I think
their
all of them
dream
would be out now.
come true if they actually steal it?
What if?
What if?
What if we actually staged them stealing it as a publicity stunt? So as the opening of the exhibition, we get the Dome Raiders and Chatford in. And in good faith, they're going to do this huge art installation where they will batter ram their way into it and pretend to steal a Millennium Star diamond.
I think that's really fucking
Just
cool.
to open the exhibition to the public.
Yeah. I think also Cutie Fanny would actually like that.
Yeah, and also like...
It's like artsy and like badass, but
and
cool.
And very much in the style of De Beers Corporation. We can forgive the sins of the past. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you exploited workers 2 years back, 2 centuries back, 2 days back. What matters is the now and here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get the old gang back together.
Mm-hmm. And in that kerfuffle, are we going to steal it in that kerfuffle of the big art installation?
So the thing is, if we stick with the plan we made, they will know that a robbery is coming. So the diamond would not be on display at the moment.
Yes.
It would have been replaced
by a fake.
So we have replicas on display, which also absolutely reasonable if you have people staging a robbery at the moment using nail guns and smoke grenades.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Colourful smoke grenades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Melbourne Museum will be lit AF. Just to use one of those millennial TikTok terms.
Yes, but where will the real diamond be, though?
Huh. I mean,
I need to find out.
Yeah, Cutie Fanny will know.
Oh, and I'll know.
Maybe you should be the one presenting it. Do you think you can convince him that at the end of this stage act?
I mean, I need to get to, like, when is this exhibition opening?
May 23rd.
Okay, so basically we have to
May
fly
23rd.
to London tomorrow, explode a few things in the underground of Trafalgar Square.
Yes.
Because I really need to get to him now, because I need to do it slow. He needs to build up trust.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, exactly. And then
And by tomorrow we mean February 8th.
Yes, exactly.
Because we're live recording, not breaking the fourth wall here.
And then I have February, March, April. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, and then I still have May. This is great. Yeah. This will work. And then I just actually steal the fucking diamond. Excuse my language all the time. Under his nose.
Yeah, I mean...
From under his nose.
No, but... Like, not to make sure that you're not the one taking the fall. We must make sure that what you are presenting is actually a replica.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
no, I'm not going to take
someone has done you dirty.
Sorry.
And, I mean... again, like, it doesn't matter for De Beers who's done you dirty, because the Diamond Star is, the Millennium Star, is insured for 100 million. So really, like, they are more than adequately compensated for their loss, because even though it's worth more, they're not selling it.
Well, I mean, it'll just be the fault of the poor guy who's giving me the diamond at the beginning of the ceremony.
I think it'll be Cutie Fanny's fault, to be honest.
Ooh, take him down.
Yeah, and maybe like the entire board of directors. Because, like, if it goes public that someone was planning a robbery.
Yes.
And they were staging a robbery.
Yes.
And Cutie Fanny's currently married, so he really doesn't want to go like, well, you know, there was this cute girl I met at the airport bar, and she kind of talked me into, like, putting it on display and restaging a robbery from 20 years back.
Yeah.
No. Why again did you do this? It was all my idea.
Yeah, because it will be all his idea, because I'm just planting the seeds.
Yeah, Inception style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Brown style, as you say.
You present the replicas.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to notice at first. You've done a little swapperoo.
Oh yeah, I mean the diamond will be in me. Sorry.
Excuse me?
No, not in me, but like in my dress or something.
It's that.
Or
we'll have swapped them with the replicas that we pretended the Dome Gang stole.
I'm getting really confused here.
Because we have the grand opening, and the Dome Raiders pretend to steal the actual Millennium Star.
Yes.
But they know the Millennium Star they steal is just a replica. Or is it? Because we're going to replace the cheap replica on display with the actual Millennium Star. And as this whole disaster wraps up, we just take all the props. Because we know we sort of...
Yeah.
Or, you know, I take all the props.
Yeah.
Because someone needs to clean up this mess. Someone needs to be in charge of this.
Guy.
Yeah. So I just get it all back, casually walk out of the museum. Again, it's like a 5-minute foot walk.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the South Bank. You'll stroll out as all the press rolls up because, like, obviously, Mark Cutifani does not want to be seen with you on camera.
No, absolutely not.
Like,
I need to leave, and I respect that
no
as well.
pics. Please don't tag me in your photos.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, I'll leave my wife, but not now. Okay, we'll casually walk out. You'll be driving the speedboat. I'll be hopping on board with the Millennium Star and perhaps all those other beautiful, colourful diamonds. And we'll just make for a speedy getaway.
And then what do we do?
With the diamond?
Yes.
Huh, yeah, right. Oscar Brown is usually the one who's in charge of getting rid of the loot.
Yeah.
What do we do? I mean, we'll just chop it in half. Diamonds aren't that hard, are they?
No, they're quite soft and easy to break, I think.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. What do we do? I mean,
yeah,
can't really sell it, can we?
We can. We can also just have it. We can just keep it.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
And then just,
why not?
like,
it's not that big. It doesn't take up a lot of space.
No, just like to be proud.
Nail it on the wall here in the Heist Lounge.
Or like here in between your plants and your Pikachu.
Yeah.
You've got a Pikachu.
I've got it
on your wall.
It's not just can't reach it. Oh God.
He's got a Pikachu.
Great audio content also.
Next to what? Faust?
Yes.
Wow.
It's not just Pikachu, it's Detective Pikachu.
Oh, he could help us.
Well, certainly. I mean, we could get one to Detective Shatford, who also probably has kids.
Yeah.
So, I just reward him with a Detective Pikachu, I think, the doll.
That'll be enough.
Yeah, it's like 30-40 euros.
Yeah, because what do you do with these kind of diamonds? Because you have to then sell them off again, and then they'll be in the hands of really horrible people again.
And again, like breaking it down. I don't think we are qualified to do it. I mean, not properly. It already has a nice cut.
No, and also like we'd just be like diminishing the value of it if we cut it up.
Yeah. And we can't really sell it to anyone for a few 100 million.
Can we just do it for the honor?
Yeah.
Of-
Or just to steal from De Beers.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, just for...
Yeah. I mean, which is good. You know what? If they're already in financial trouble, it's good to kick them while they're on the ground.
Exactly. And then we just kick them a bit harder.
Yeah.
And the diamond will just never appear because it's going to be in an apartment here in Berlin.
Yeah, and it's not like it really matters. I mean, the world was going strong before it ever popped up in 1990.
Yeah.
So there is that, but maybe if we want to sell something, again, like the Millennium Star is just part of the Millennium group of diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones are smaller. We can easily like get rid of a blue diamond.
They're quite pretty. I'd actually want that on my engagement ring.
I mean, talk to Curifani. Maybe he was going to surprise you in Melbourne.
Don't.
But aren't they still huge?
It doesn't matter.
Just take the ring. You don't have to say yes. Say you think about it.
Yeah, and take the ring.
Yeah. Be cool. Be cash.
Who knows how much jewelry and diamonds and gold anyway I've already been getting from him in the months leading up to that, and we can sell that. I think that's what we should use, also because I think it's fair to pay the detective. I think it's fair to pay
the Dome Raiders.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll just pay them with
finally
that.
Give them a diamond.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think that's just fair.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's also good to just sort of have all these expenses covered, and I feel like it's probably like dating Willy Wonka from the Chocolate Factory. Lots of free chocolate in workplace accidents. So instead of that, you'll be getting lots of diamonds. And they're probably just sort of lying around at the Anglo-American group.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, well, I would argue this heist is solved.
Ooh, yes.
We're going to take a short research break, do a quick cost analysis. I think all we have been doing is summarizing this thing, so there's no need to summarize it.
No.
So just a quick cost overview, and then we'll be back in a sec. I can probably call this a heist.
Such a little cutie.
Okay, yep. It's a very cheap heist.
Well, also because I'm getting so much money.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
And we are back from our, I can't even say research break, it's more of a calculations break. Also, they've got some visual promotion for the podcast in here. Yeah, right, your thing, your tag isn't on it, but we'll get to that in a second. So, once again, I need to very awkwardly put myself into position.
Wow.
Right, good visual content, so follow us.
Sexy.
Follow us on UR. I wouldn't exactly say that, but anyway, it's a very cheap heist we've got here. So, flights to London, €900. Because again, we only do first class. We don't do Ryanair or EasyJet or anything like that. A membership lounge member card for 1 month is €400.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that pricey.
It's €400 a month. Just imagine, that's my rent, basically.
Yeah, but you don't need to pay rent if you've got a membership card for the airport lounge.
Yeah,
just hang out there. You've got comfy sofas. A pilot uniform's going to come in at around roughly 1,000. A speedboat, again, €200. 9 flights from London to Melbourne and back, €10,800.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit on the pricey side. We'll have to get 2 jackhammers to just casually deposit in the underground tunnels underneath Carlton Street. And that's going to be €2,400 if you want to get good ones, like the ones from Bosch, which,
Obviously.
Yeah, we have to use them a bit just
Although
to
I do know
make some noise.
all about Bosch, so I could also ask him maybe.
Wow. That's not part of the heist. That's actually true, right?
That is actually true. Anyway, go on.
Love it. We're going to have to get helmets and gloves, stuff we can just have lying around there just to make it look a bit, the scene of the potential crime a bit more lively. It's going to come in at €100. Safety vests for the speedboat, because we don't want anything to be going wrong last minute. €60.
Are you scared on boats, actually?
On a speedboat? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
just
fast.
Checking.
You might go overboard.
But I'll just fly away.
Also, we need to blend in.
I need to chain myself to the boat. Anyway, yeah, go on.
That sounds like one of those fantasies you can sell Cutie Funny on.
Oh God, it's getting really dirty here.
We're gonna have to get a floating pouch bag for 15 euros.
For the diamond.
Yes, /diamonds. But again, like they're not that big, so
Yeah.
like any old bag will do. And your dress is the priciest single part of our collection here.
Yeah, it's
At 1,695 euros.
Exactly.
Beautiful dress, though, I might say.
It is, and it's like it's not too bling bling. It's fine.
Yeah, and if I have any recommendation to make, you should get it in any case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, and that's I would say this heist is solved. We have a big ass diamond.
Great.
And yeah, that has been How Do I Rob This, the podcast where we plan the perfect heist. You can find us at How Do I Rob This on all socials. I mean, all the conventional ones that old people use, like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. People of the internet can find you
At Judith_Jewmaker. You came up with that name.
I came
back
up
in
with
the
that.
day.
But to be fair, you got hacked by Russian bots on a weekly basis.
Yeah, 3 times I got hacked.
Yeah, not that I didn't enjoy your Ukrainian porn content, but...
You know why? Can
Why?
I quickly say why I think I got hacked? Because my name was Jew Shoe. But if you put it down, it's Jew's Ho.
Oh.
But I was named
see.
Jew Shoe because my username was always the same.
Yeah.
And then once I changed my username to Judith Jewmaker, it was fine.
Okay. That's a bit of creativity here. Interesting. Okay. People of the internet can... People of the internet can find me and all the consonants I skipped right there at SM Weisbach on all socials. Our absent host, Oscar Brown, is at the Oscar Brown on all socials.
Oh, sorry.
I think you might still have to request following him. Or might not. I think he might have gone public. And yes, also, it's hugely appreciated if you subscribe, comment, or give us a review. I know every podcast says that, but it supposedly helps the algorithm.
It does.
It does? Oh, good. You've become an expert on podcasts now. I appreciate it.
No, just on algorithms.
Wow. That is, the way you say it, it's at the same time the unsexiest thing I've ever heard and sounds incredibly dirty.
I'll stop talking now.
Good. Then you have to stop listening.
Perfect. Great.
There we go. Cool. And I've got another friend.
Detective Pikachu. Good film also. Detective Pikachu. It's genuinely...
But that is no idea.
It's a film that was made. It's Pikachu is a detective.
I did guess that.
Voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's also very cute. Back to the office.